Everyone, welcome to questions on Kc. This first question we have is asking us to write an expression for Kc and state the units. So we need to make sure that we have our products at the top and then being divided by our reactants on the bottom, and making sure we have our species in square brackets with any relevant powers. So we should have NO2 being squared divided by NO to the power of 2 and then oxygen in square brackets as well. Now to work out the units, we need to do a bit of cancelling down of the units. Now I'll give you a quick explanation as to why the answer is dm3 mole to the minus 1. Now when we write out the units, it would be moles to the dm minus 3. And we'd write that twice on the top, as we've got that squared there. Now those two lots of units would cancel with two lots of units for NO, as that's being squared, and we'd have two lots of those units as well, mole to the dm minus 3. So they'd all cancel out. That would then leave us with 1 divided by mole to the dm minus 3. But we don't write units in that way, so we'd take that fraction and we'd flip it, then we'd get mole to the minus 1 dm to the 3. But we tend to write the positive units first, so it'd be dm to the 3 mole to the minus 1. Okay, this question here. Now, always good to underline or highlight key bits information. We've got a volume of 4, so we'll just highlight that there. Allowed to reach equilibrium, constant temperature and pressure. It contains that much of NO, and we have that much of O2, and we're told that Kc is 45. Right, okay. So I've gone through just highlighting the key bits of information. I haven't read the question yet. Calculate the amount in mole of NO2 in the equilibrium mixture. 4 marks. Right, okay, so we've got to look at this here and think, right, what can I possibly work out? What can I do first and foremost? Now, if we bring back in to these questions at length, this is part B. So if I bring in my expression for Kc, now what I have to put in Kc are concentration values. Those square brackets are concentrations. So at the minute I don't have any concentration. So in order to try and work out the concentration of NO to then work out what the moles are, I need to try and do this. So what I can do then is think, right, well, how to work out concentration? This is where you've got to remember what your equations are. So concentration is moles divided by the volume. Well, thankfully, I've highlighted those bits of information in the question. I know what it is for NO and for O2, and I've got my volume there as well. So what I can do is work out my concentration for my NO, which would be 0.4 divided by 4, giving me 0.1. And then I can do the same thing for my concentration of oxygen, being 0.8 divided by 4, giving me 0.2. So I've got my concentration now for NO and O2. So if I then rearrange my equation, because again I know what Kc is, I've been told it's 45, and I need to make NO the subject. So I rearrange my expression for Kc, and this is what I've got here. So now very simply I can just sub in my values that I've worked out, and also from the question as well, give me that there. Make sure you've got that square. Obviously NO is squared, so the concentration of NO we need to square, hence why it's 0.1 squared. I can work all that out, give me 0.09, and then I can get rid of my to the power of 2, take it to the other side, becomes the square root of 0.09, which then gives me 0.3. Now, I'm not finished there. People tend to think, oh right, I'm done. I've now got the concentration for NO2, but it does say wants the amount in moles of NO2. So once I've got that value, well again, let's just do a bit of rearranging the equation that we had before. Moles is your concentration times your volume. I've got my concentration that I've just worked out. My volume is 4, so therefore I've got 1.2 as my moles. So this is making sure we have that skill of going through, highlighting key bits of the question. Also, these questions are linked, so it's A and then B, so going back, getting that expression for Kc, and thinking, right, well, what does Kc involve? Well, it involves concentration. I can work out my concentration, get that for NO2, and then rearrange my equation, work out the moles. So bringing quite a few skills there for exam technique, and also math skills as well. Okay, that will do us for today on Questions with KC. See you next time.